Padme Amidala.
Hey everyone, it's JC. Very excited for today's video. We're gonna have a few fangirl days in the life together, and I also have some very exciting news. I shared a little announcement already, which I think a lot of you saw. The news is that I am pregnant. The comments and messages on the announcement were just overwhelmingly sweet and kind. I am just so lucky to have you guys, and I'm so grateful. But yeah, Jichen, my husband, that's the nickname we use for him here. Jichen and I are very excited. It is completely new territory for us, so I've been kind of nervous along the way, but very excited, and I still can't believe that this is real. Kind of looks like a small beer belly right now, but that is how we are looking. A couple of you actually guessed that I was pregnant. Maybe the bump peeked out a little bit in some previous vlogs, but now you know that it's there. I'm like about to sound ancient here, but does anyone remember the Disney sing-alongs that used to be on VHS? Let me know if you had any of those growing up. There was one for Disneyland that was like my absolute favorite, and I actually found it here on YouTube the other day from Disney Dan. So if you need some 90s Disney nostalgia, definitely check that out. When I was a kid and we were gonna go to Disneyland, I would put that on the night before to like hype myself up. 90s Disneyland was really something else. And speaking of which, I collected everything that I want to use for my junk journal. I might have some like 90s pieces in here. Pinocchio character dining from the Disneyland Hotel. That is crazy, because I don't even know if this was Goofy's Kitchen or if Goofy's Kitchen didn't even exist yet. Now this is the one that I was looking for when I took this box out, but it is a Goofy button from 1998 at the Disneyland Hotel. Goofy Holiday Feast. So I don't know. I'll have to look up when Goofy's Kitchen opens. I don't know if anyone else out there collects maps, but they're free. And it's kind of fun to look back at how the park changes over the years. One of my mom's friends was a cast member, and she would invite us to the parks every so often. I'm very grateful to have had that experience growing up. But here's another one from 2003, RIP to Heimlich's Choo Choo Train. Oh my gosh, the Aladdin musical. That was such a good show. That used to be in the Hyperion at DCA. There's even an add-on here for a disposable camera. Simpler times. A lot of these are more recent, like when Galaxy's Edge opened. Let's see if there's anything else more exciting in here. A DCA map with Goofy on the cover. 2010-ish, I want to say. There's no Avengers Campus yet. Guardians was still the Tower of Terror. Bugs Land was there. California Screamin'. The Sunshine Plaza. I honestly don't even remember that. All I can remember of the entrance of DCA is just how it is now. What is left of my autograph book? I don't even know when this was from, but just the cover of the autograph book is left, because I think I just like messed with it so much that it fell apart. But to this day, this style of like Mickey and Friends art is like my ultimate favorite. I don't know if I have any 90s tickets, but I do have kind of a random assortment of some. Of course, I saved a Goofy one. The back is kind of scratched out, but I think this was 2010, 2011-ish. Rise of the Resistance, then The Castle, a little Donald Duck one from 2011, a random Aladdin trading card that I don't know where or how that got in here. Goofy tickets, also from 2011, and another Goofy ticket. I don't know what year this is from, but it says the price was $72. I don't even know. It's crazy to think about how much the price has jumped. Not all of these are mine, by the way. I like saved some from different family members, because I know I'm like a crazy Disney person and like to collect stuff. But there's another castle, physical annual pass cards. This actually kind of has a sweet story behind it, because after Jichen and I started dating, he got these for my birthday. One pass for himself and one pass for me. It was like the lowest tier one at the time, but we partied it up a lot at the parks back then. I kind of wish I documented that more, because that would be so much fun to look back on now. It is not the cheapest hobby for sure. After saving up for a while, almost a decade after those passes expired, we were able to get magic keys. I know, like I say, I'm grateful for a million things, but I am like seriously grateful to be able to have this as a hobby. And it's just good for mental health, I think, to reflect on what you're grateful for. But yeah, I definitely don't have as much 90s stuff as I thought I did, but I hope it was kind of fun to look back on some Disney memories with these. I'm concocting another DIY right now, and I just stopped at Michael's to pick up some supplies. My vision for this is going to be a Wicked themed tote bag. Wicked for Good is one of my most anticipated movies this year. The most anticipated movie for me. The first film last year, I can't even put into words the effect it had upon me. And I cannot tell you how excited I am for the second part. I feel like some people identify more with Glinda and some with Elphaba. I'm definitely an Elphaba girl. So my vision for this tote bag is to do her hat kind of in a patchwork style like the other tote bags we did, and just have the hat as like a giant patch with black fabric. But I wanted to sew it on with green embroidery thread. So that was one of the things that I picked up. And I wanted to get like creative with some fun textures on the hat. So I got this like fun little bundle of trimmings, and I thought these like ribbons would be cool to use to add texture to the hat. I like literally just left the house to run some errands, to go to the post office and to go to Michael's. But one of the things about being pregnant is that I cannot leave the house without water and emergency snacks. My body feels the urge to eat every 2 hours or so. So I have some little Mickey Mouse goldfish and a Fig Newton bar, which both of these were in the Oogie Boogie treat bag at the end of the night. Water, my water bottle is currently holding up my camera, and like I'm afraid to leave the house without having a bathroom plan. Like, sorry if this is TMI, but I feel like these things are good to know, whether you plan to become pregnant yourself or just in case like you may have someone pregnant in your life. But sorry if this is TMI, but I have to pee like literally 5 million times a day right now. There was no restroom in this Michael's, so I'm like desperate to go home to pee now. So yeah, sometimes my outings are very limited on time. I've still been able to do Disney park days, but not quite as long. Before I got pregnant, I would rope drop and be there from like the early morning. Right now, rope drop feels like near impossible for me. The changes that the body goes through, wild, and I had no idea. For a long time, I felt like so sick. One way or another, like nauseous or exhausted, but I am so grateful that I'm feeling more like myself these days, and I'm feeling very motivated to do a DIY. Here are the results. I'm so excited with how this came out. At the last minute, I decided to do white embroidery thread instead of the green, because I made some other impulse decisions to add this like muted green trim and the butterflies. So a while back, I found these Star Wars conversation cards at the trading post in downtown Disney. And it's like, what would you do if you were in blank situation in the Star Wars universe? And as you may know, if you saw the trivia video, we like to have an activity or a game sometimes in our park day. So I plan to bring these as an option and test it out and see if we like it and if you guys might like it. Please feel free to play along with the questions too, because I always love seeing you guys comment and like your thoughts and opinions on different things, especially when it comes to Star Wars. But we are going to celebrate Amanda's birthday at Disney soon. I'm not sure if I'm going to vlog the full Disney day, but we'll see what happens. Use the Force.
May the Force be with me. I don't have any Force. You get to raid the closet of a Star Wars character. Ooh. Whose wardrobe do you... I already know what you're going to say.
I already know.
Who you pick? I think both of them are going to have the same answer.
I think we're going to have the same answer. Okay, ready?
3, 2, 1.
Padme Amidala.
I will choose Rey.
Rey.
It's very sporty, like me. It's not too girly.
If Oga's Cantina on Batu had a special drink named after you, what would it be called?
Ooh.
Isn't that a cool one?
Well, since I'm always smiling and laughing out loud, I will call my drink Always Smile.
Alcohol will do that to you.
And it's going to get you like this.
I think mine would be some sort of creature. Maybe like a Gungan, like something to do with Jar Jar Binks. Jar Jar juice?
That'd be cute. He gets so much hate though.
But he's very special to me.
A sweet sarlacc or something like that. I don't know.
That's a good one.
I don't like that smile.
What is your favorite Darth Vader moment?
Ooh.
I think my favorite part is when he decides to become Darth Vader. The decision between good and bad. I love the dark side. I know a lot of you do too, but...
Not this one.
Sandwich between two dark sides.
I know. But he does have a redeeming moment.
Okay, go ahead.
Is when he helps Luke. and kills, spoiler, Emperor Palpatine.
Yes.
It's hard for me to just pick one, but I think after he reveals to Luke that he's his father, the moment that he says the line, "You don't know the power of the dark side," I think the power in his voice when he says that, it's like, ooh, it just like pierces your soul.
What is your favorite quote from any Star Wars movie? Luke, I am your father.
There's too many answers to this one.
Truly wonderful, the mind of a child is.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I am no Jedi.
What will your droid name be? Orange.
I mean,
Or,
Chopper's
or you
orange.
know what, maybe? Red and gold.
There you go.
Red and gold, and guess why?
Yeah.
SF-49.
That's all you.
All me.
If you could have just one Force ability in real life, which one would you pick and why? Remove stuff, Jedi mind tricks. I think I would want the power to move things with the Force, so I don't have to like get up to turn the light off
For
when I'm
real.
going to bed.
Jedi mind tricks, so I could trick people to turning off the lights for me.
The ability to move things so I could bother you and turn it back on.
That is dark side for sure.
I'll be like, turn it on now.
Who do you think is the bravest character in Star Wars?
It's between Ezra Bridger and Leia Organa.
Ezra was one of the first ones I thought of too, but I think my answer would be Mon Mothma.
Oh lordy, is there a Star Wars character who inspires you, and how?
This is like close to the last question.
It's very close to the last one, but I would definitely say Leia Organa.
I feel like I could write a book.
I
just
know.
answering this
We
question.
should have a podcast. To list off all the things we love about Leia Organa.
And I'll be mute.
You said you were invited.
As much of an Anakin girly as I am, I do love the Star Wars women. Padme, Leia, Ahsoka, Mon Mothma, Rey, Sabine, Rey. They're not goofy dressed like princess girly girls. They like fight
I mean,
for the right
Padme
thing.
was a little bit.
Well, but
She also stood up.
She was a senator.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Which Star Wars character is the most like you?
Ooh.
What traits do you share?
That's a good one.
Again, Darth Vader. Why? Because my profession, I have to be very, very, very disciplined and strict. And I also, at the end of the day of that class, I make it fun for them. If you feel like he's bad or evil, no. I feel like he has a heart. But I know my students, if you're watching, I know you're going to say, she's mean or she's very strict. We should do our homework. But I do it because I care.
I would say I'm just a porg. I'm just like
A porg?
I'm just chaotic.
A porg.
Porg.
I swear to God, I heard you say pork. I'm like, what?
No, a porg, the little bird.
I think I'd say Sabine Wren. One, because she's artistic. She likes to paint her own armor. I like to do that kind of stuff too. When she sets her mind to things, she can do it, and I identify a lot with that. Kind of found her own family and had to find herself that way. I relate to a lot as well.
Aww.
What is your favorite Luke Skywalker moment?
Ooh.
My first thought was my favorite outfit that he wears, and it's like the black Return of the Jedi with the Chanel boots. My favorite moment would be when he says, "I am a Jedi like my father before me."
You can choose to adopt one Star Wars creature to be your pet. Which do you pick and what would you name it? I would someone to be my pet. I would choose a human. You already know what human I am.
What?
But it's supposed to be a creature. I don't know. I don't want a pet.
I know I'd pick a Lothcat, but the name? Bean.
Supposed to be.
Oh, yeah, I just thought like Bean, like a cute little bean.
I'll pick a porg instead, because they're just chaotic.
You like that pork.
Would you rather ride a Rancor or a Bantha?
Darth Vader.
A Bantha.
I feel like a rancor would hurt.
Yeah. This sounds so bad. Teaching these people how to ride a bike, and you said like a Bantha. There's like,
Banthas for all of us.
Banthas. Which Jedi do you think is the best example of who a Jedi Knight should be?
I already know your answer.
I'm gonna go with Leia, because technically, she did have the Force, but like would she be considered a Jedi?
I think so. Because it's implied that she went through training between the OG trilogy and the sequels.
Right.
I don't think
We're not gonna get
technical.
too technical. I would say Leia Organa.
Two that come to mind are Kanan and Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Maybe Yoda?
Ooh. That's a good
I
answer.
like that answer.
That
about
was
yours?
Star Wars conversation cards.
And with that, we are done with these days in the life for now, and I am back in the same Captain Rex shirts as in the beginning of the video. But yeah, like I said, like outfits have kind of been a struggle now. It is a learning experience getting used to all these changes happening, but I hope you might have enjoyed this and that these days in the life might have brightened your day and that the Star Wars conversation cards might have made you laugh. I hope you're having a great Halloween season so far. Let me know if you have any plans like pumpkin patch or dressing up or anything fun and exciting. I feel like for the most part, by the time you guys are seeing this, a lot of my big Halloween plans have probably already happened, but I do have one more Nightmare Before Christmas themed event coming up that I'm very excited for, and something that I'm planning for the next video just arrived. So I will share like a super tiny hint for now. But thank you so much for being here and for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.